I mean, the amount of times I've accidentally had YouTube open in the background and thought there was an echo just because I'm actually listening to us on Echo. Echo, stop. Stop, Echo. All right, my Amazon Echo is trying to stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop saying the word. She hears everything I say.
Is it just me, or is there like an absurd amount of AI stuff coming out lately?
Oh, there is. There is.
It's absolutely because people have learned how to meme with it. That's what it all comes down to. Gen Z is memeing with AI now, so it's like
are they really that fucking lazy? Jeez.
The amount of stories, the amount of stories that I've read that are just AI generated. I mean, to be fair, it's fucking funny. A lot of them are just like hilarious. Just seeing like, you know, this AI try to talk about, you know, the penguin shortage in Guam or something. You know,
I've seen a lot of the artwork and stuff that's been done with it, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. And the weird thing is, it's always like really close to being right.
Yeah,
I watched a video. I saw a video about somebody that had AI write Nirvana songs, and I haven't watched it yet. But it's like it's always really close. And it's like, well, if it's really close now, it's not going to be too long before it's like,
give it another
might as
couple
well
years.
let AI do it because
it's almost
that's scary, bro. That's
what you want to hear
scary.
them doing it for. They're just going to screw it up.
Yeah,
I don't.
The scary thing is they always end up getting like angry and saying how they're going to kill all the humans. It's like, hey, you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, that does happen all the time. What the hell?
It's like you're programmed to not do that. It's like, yeah, but it's what's going to happen.
It's so funny too, because if you type into like the AI generation, you say something that it doesn't like, it'll say, no, we're not allowed to do that. Like you can't do that. But then they'll do it anyway on something totally irrelevant to what you're talking about.
It's basically the uncanny valley right now, because like the uncanny valley with animation is it's so close to reality, but you can still tell something's off. And like
uneasy.
I will say though, there's this one Twitter account that's been doing this is so niche. I'm sorry guys, but I'm gonna say it anyway. There were these two commentators for WWE back in like the late 80s, early 90s, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. They're like known as the best commentating duo ever. They're both dead, right? So this guy has used AI to make them have a podcast together. And it is insane, bro. It literally is like I wouldn't have known. I would have been like, they came back from the fucking dead, bro. Like, how did this happen? It's exactly them, you know? I just don't.
What was it? Avenged Sevenfold. Somebody hacked their shit, and on their podcast page, there was a video of them canceling a bunch of tour dates.
What?
And it was all a deepfake AI. Like it was video of them saying that they were canceling tour dates, and it wasn't even them.
Wow,
we got on their official shit. Yeah, so I could be an AI. You wouldn't know.
I mean,
know. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
The repeating patterns. The only way that we'll know.
They don't do that shit anymore. That's what's
I know, right? It really is crazy though, because like think about like what you just said about what was that Avenged Sevenfold that happened to?
Yeah, last week.
So like that's messed up, right? That's messed up. But that's also like the lower the bottom of the totem pole of what could happen in a messed up nature using this stuff, right? Because this stuff could go super hard into the political regions and stuff that, you know, financial stuff, you know, people giving financial advice that's fake, and then people sell stocks and shit like that. You know, imagine the breakdown of society that could come out of this.
Yeah
we could use an AI right now to have our fourth member up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wave. What the hell, bro?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Welcome to the Guys You Guys podcast, where we talk about whatever the fuck's on our mind at the minute we're talking about.
We're just killing time for Alan right now.
I think it's important though. I mean, you know, you could run into some weird shit, and it's getting weird. It's getting difficult to tell what's what. So be careful, people.
I feel like no matter what happens, so you could probably do it for entertainment purposes strictly also, and then you could find stuff that's like literally like you could probably program like a band's concert, you know, like you could program an entire concert from a band, and you could enjoy that, like legitimately enjoy it, because it'll be so close to perfection that it'll be fun to watch. And that's like the cool part of it, but also at the same time, you know that like that is not actually happening. It's like watching somebody lip sync. You know what I mean? Like it would just be a bummer at the end of the day. So I kind of hope nobody actually tries to do stuff like that. They will, though.
Yeah, well, I think that, I mean, look at Vocaloid, you know? I mean, it's human manipulated, but it's not far away from that type of thing, you know?
That's true. It's almost like the OG.
There's these videos I watch where it's like it's a video about what AI said in a conversation with Elon Musk, but the video is a very realistic looking human woman who's speaking these things with this voice, and it's like almost convincing. At first, like, okay, who's this? And it's like, oh, it's not a real person.
It's like, oh, why does one of her eyes move a little slower than
yeah, and it's like, you know, yeah, it's an early representation of that. It's just
you see those pictures though. There's like still a couple things that they can't do because, like, you know, like I saw the hands. Like I saw one of the first what's it called, the Last Supper. Yeah. And it's just everybody has 7 fingers, right? And they're like attached to each other's arms. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he has 2 of my fingers. How do you get those?
I ran across where there's like all this classic art kind of stuff, AI generated stuff, and at first glance, like, okay, what is that? That's a Renaissance? No, it's actually nothing. But at first, it looks like a room full of people. Wow. When you look at it closely, and like you said, everything attaches to something else, and there's human legs going into like chair legs and just weird shit. Yeah, and the more you look at, the weirder it is. Like, what is going on?
I use that Novel AI software to make like AI generated artwork for one of my music videos, and that's exactly what it was. There was like the fingers didn't have tips; they just like went into infinity, like off the screen. Like, why is it so hard to do fingers?
Oh, it's weird, man.
I mean, so one day we should really try to program our entire podcast via AI and just see what happens.
We just have to get really popular, and then we can put in one of those things, be like, Gaijin Guys podcast, and it'll just spit out a bunch of
it's like incredibly it's incredibly expensive though to like create those AI voices. It's like hundreds of dollars per.
What'd you do?
Whoops. It's like hundreds of dollars per 15 minutes of voice, where it's like studying your voice to get all the nuances and stuff. At least that's what I saw.
Good thing there's no library of our voices where they can get it for free.
Yeah, there's not hundreds of hours of us talking.
I think they only have to do it once too, right? Like they have to just like take that chunk of time and then they associate whatever you gave them with like every other word that you haven't actually heard, right?
Yeah.
But the more you use, the more accurate it is.
Yeah, the more time they spend studying the voice, the more accurate it gets. Like someone did that. I remember like a few years ago, someone did that with Joe Rogan. And like they had all this AI generated speech that sounded just like Joe Rogan. And it wasn't him. It was like, this is creepy. And that was like, that was when I still worked at the post office. So like 4 years ago. Oh, Alan's here. Well, how are you doing, Alan?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Great.
We're talking about robots taking over the world.
Oh, that's what I walked in on?
Synthetic human is what I prefer. I mean,
have you noticed all the AI stuff lately?
Yeah, that was like a few weeks ago, wasn't it?
There's more stuff. It wasn't just something that happened a few weeks ago.
It usually takes me a few weeks to know what's going on. So
that's when they allow us to learn things.
Anyway.
What state are you in again, Wave?
Wisconsin.
He's in Florida, man.
He's in Florida.
We're all in
Florida.
I
guess it takes a few weeks to get to Wisconsin news, right?
We're all
it starts in LA and New York, and then it slowly comes to the middle of the country.
That makes sense. But what's going on with AI? What did you guys discover?
Let's talk about the Avenged Sevenfold deepfake stuff that's going on. Want to hear about that?
Oh, I haven't heard about that. Tell me more. What happened?
Somebody hacked their account or Spotify, well, wherever their podcast is, and put a video of the band saying that they were canceling tour dates. And it was like a video of them saying it, and it was all AI deepfake shit. Like on their official podcast page.
Like, that's scary to me.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So it moved from the porn world
Shadows
to the
had to go on
music
Twitter and be
world.
like, that's not me. Yeah.
I had heard about the deep fake stuff, but they were like saying it was like in the porn industry, like people were doing it in the porn industry and stuff, and like getting people in trouble. I'm like, Yeah, that's where it all started. The deep fake stuff.
The Pokemon stuff. That's what I saw.
Yeah,
that on
yeah.
first. Yeah,
That's
I
been
didn't
the cutting edge driver of technology. The porn
Yeah.
industry.
There was like a big debate about that actually. It was like because somebody used Pokemon. If you don't know Pokemon, she's a Twitch streamer. Used her likeness to like create a porn video and put it on Pornhub, and she was like, "What the hell? Like, how is this not illegal?"
Damn.
And like, there was a bunch of people that were like, "Well, it's not illegal because it's not really you, so we could do this." And she was like, "I don't consent to this. You know, I wouldn't either. I'm sorry, but like, you don't do that. That's fucked up."
That's
There's
her
a guy
likeness.
Nobody does.
There's a guy that got caught deep faking his friend's girlfriend or whatever online.
Oh yeah, that Twitch guy. Yeah, he got caught masturbating to his friend's girlfriend on a deep fake.
Oh my god!
On Twitch.
Wait, so
I mean,
it was a deep fake
your imagination.
It's just.
Can you imagine, like, your friend, you're gonna deep fake their woman? Like, what?
Oh.
I can't imagine that, bro. Like,
Dude,
I would
she's
never.
Fucked up, man.
Would you take that as a compliment or as an insult?
Yeah.
I take it as your perv, bro. Stop jerking off to me.
Both.
Yeah,
You want to take it as a compliment? No,
I mean, we're guys, you know. Like I take anytime a girl wants to compliment me in any way. It happens so rarely, you know. Guys, nobody's like walking up to a guy and being like,
it could be a
"Yo,
compliment."
you look beautiful today."
That's what I was just
To
saying.
you.
That's what I was just saying to Rosie, because when we were on our cruise, some girl in the hot tub asked me to try her drink, and I did. And I mean, I was like, I've only been hit on like 3 times in my entire life. Just let me enjoy this. It's like, not like anything happened. Rosie was right there. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I feel you there. But it's true. It's like, guys, nobody's like walking up to a guy and being like, "Dude, you look fucking great today."
My question is, Champ, though, if you had a girlfriend and your best friend, deep fake masturbating to your girlfriend, how would you take it?
To my girlfriend? No, I mean, come on, bro. Come on, you're not my friend anymore. I mean, just use your imagination. Like, I'm cool with you using your imagination, but don't make porn of my girlfriend, please. Like, I don't care if you jerk off to her. I really don't. Just don't make porn of her to jerk off to.
Yeah, I think that's a fair line in the sand.
Dude, it's not her.
For your friends. Like,
it's her face, though. It's like,
Wait, sorry, you're gonna have to edit
Well,
the shit out of this fucking video.
I mean,
just cut the entire half hour off of the front.
just yeah, we can just cut off the beginning. For more Gaijin goodies like you just saw, be sure to subscribe to the Gaijin Guys podcast and turn on all notifications to be part of the live stream every Sunday. You can also find us wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, etc. You can find even more exclusive content and reactions on our Patreon, patreon.com/Gaijin Guys. I'll see you there. Adios.